When you think about an SMP, you will think about lore, chaos, and characters. And this team in MCC Rising 2 answers all those concerns with the Red Rabbits, featuring some KSMP members as well as taking around Sina in their good old journey in MCC Rising 2. But a year later, with more Kaboodle SMP and more art than ever, the question is, where are they now? Let's start off with the team itself. The Red Rabbits, featuring Milkberry, Parasite, Linku, and Sina, with 3/4 of the team being in the Kaboodle SMP in some way or the other, except for Sina.
I'm SinaHutt or Sina. I'm from Finland. I'm an illustrator and streamer. I mainly stream art, but I do some gaming as well now and then, like Minecraft. But I would say the art is my go-to.
How do you, as well as your team of Maddie, Jack, and Linku, meet together to form your team in MCC Rising?
I think it was Jack who reached out to me. I met Jack. Well, Jack was the one who I knew the best. I met Maddie at TwitchCon before. We hanged out a lot, so we were already kind of good friends from that. And then I think it was Maddie, Linku, and Jack who were looking for a 4th player, and they reached out to me because we became good friends at TwitchCon, and they knew that I was interested. So yeah, it was kind of Pyro who put the group together, I think.
In the good old event, the team came in a solid 8th place, and the team had a good old roller coaster ride, right from the very start, all the way to that moment when Swell Games was chosen.
Oh, I'm so sad how Sand of Times happened, because I think I would have really enjoyed that game. I still had fun playing it, but it was just that was chaos. I think we didn't want to play survival games, even though Linku ended up choosing to play that one.
Oh yeah,
but
I remember that
one. Yeah, our team had a lot of fun. I think at that point we kind of just flipped from oh, we need to win this to kind of let's just have fun. And it was so much fun. I loved that one.
After Rising 2, the team went back to the good old roots, that is, of course, the SMP days, as well as Sina starting up her uni time again, with her good old art journey continuing alongside it. How do you get inspired, especially with coming up with original characters or just drawing art that are inspired by some character?
I'm always going to be the person who kind of I draw whatever I'm into at the moment. I definitely had my Minecraft phase where I was very into drawing anything Minecraft related. I mean, I was watching a lot of QSMP, for example. I was really into the eggs and their designs, and I thought it was really just generally kind of the role playing and stuff they were doing was just inspiring to me as an artist. And it's very similar with my original stuff. I've been into D&D for over 2 years now easily, and just the storytelling and the story that I have in my head for the characters just inspires me to make art of them.
Meanwhile, the others, well, their SMP history is actually huge. Starting off with Parasite, who won the Challengers SMP and is invited back for more in May, with Linku and I've seen those faces before. Then we have all 4 of the team in the Fireside SMP, featuring many Rising 2 participants. Parasite and Rinku would then be invited to the Vault SMP, a Vault Hunters SMP itself. Then we have Linku in Nature's Forge SMP, as well as Earth Life, the Maze SMP, and Earthbound SMP. He would then join Pyro in the United States SMP as well. And recently, all 4 of them is in the Vanished SMP, which, if you count all those SMPs I mentioned, yeah, that's a lot of SMPs, and those maybe not all that they have done besides KSMP. I think you recently started in the new SMP of the Vanished SMP, featuring many content creators in the same circle, not just Rising 2 participants.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans for that server?
It kind of again depends on how much time I end up having while doing all this other stuff. but I know a lot of people are like planning on doing lore stuff, which I think is really cool. And like I said, I love D&D and storytelling and stuff, so I could definitely get into that. But I haven't really planned anything so far. I kind of just want to get on and build a cute place.
Build on, get a cute place, and then also
yeah,
shine your D&D energy as well. But on to the SMP, or Kaboodle SMP. Well, its third season happened around June 2024, and it happened to be a ride, with it being the endings for the three of Milkberry, Parasite, and Linku, who have been on the server for quite a pretty long time. Other than KSMP though, right after Rising 2, Milkberry somehow got into the famous birthdays website, which was then got vandalized by Pyro, or supposedly a suggestion by Pyro. Yeah, good one, Jack. Parasite, or Jack, would then start in the ANC grassroots streamer spotlight by Twitch, and also did a subathon early in the year. He would also get partner 6 months later. For Milkberry, she also participated in the Love Tropics charity event, and held a good old Daffodil Day stream as well recently. Pretty cool indeed. And for Sina, she did a good old Spooktacular subathon in October last year. Things that I'm like is one of those streams about the Spooktacular streamathon, and you have teamed up to raise money for the Gamers Outreach as well. How do you feel helping to raise money for the charity with your community?
I feel really privileged in a sense that I have a community who is down to do charity and stuff like that, because it means a lot to me. Like Spooktacular streamathon is something I've done twice now, and I'm planning on doing it this year again with Gamers Outreach. And it's always a really, really cool feeling that your community like wants to help the same cause that you. And yeah, I feel really proud of my community for like how much they want to help.
In the same month as well, you will see some of the team debuting in another prestigious event of Block Wars, with Milkberry and Parasite participating from the 8th content creator event onwards, and then 9th, which they won. Then we have Milkberry in the 10th and Parasite in 11th. We can comfortably say that they indeed are the regulars for the good old event. Other than that, Sina also did some events after her uni finishing in around mid-2024, with her participation in Pride Rush alongside Linku, but they are in separate teams, and then by herself in the Build by Build competition. How was it playing in those events after all of those uni and after Rising 2?
Yeah, I did say that I told everyone, I was like, I'm not going to do any more events until university is done. So I tried to do some, and I picked these two because they were charity events. So I felt less, it wasn't as competitive, even though there was some competing in them, especially that Build by Build. It was like building stuff, which I super enjoy doing. But it did feel a lot less competitive. So it was way more chill. I'd say I did not practice or anything for these two like I did for the Rising.
With those events comes their time when they meet up with each other, and they really meet up a ton following their time in Rising 2, and yeah, of course, before Rising 2 obviously. Starting with PAX Australia, with all 4 of them and Sina having to travel from Finland to Australia. Yeah. Then we have the DreamHack Melbourne convention with 3/4 of the team, and there was a pretty cool announcement in that convention as well. Pretty neat. And finally, we have also 3/4 of the team in various other times, and Rotterdam with 3/4 of the team, but instead of Linku, we have Sina instead. How does it feel meeting your team in PAX Australia, as well as the Rising 2 roster, especially in Rotterdam, as well as of course the Noxcrew in real life in all of those conventions?
Well, PAX was really emotional because I feel like just from like Rising, and like I said, I already knew the Rising group before actually, like my team before Rising happened. So it was very emotional to meet everyone, because my whole team is from Australia, which is very far away, so I very rarely get to actually meet them. So that was really cool. We had a really good time. It was really sad when I had to leave. I feel like it's always super sad leaving after conventions. The actual like Rising group, like everyone, I feel like I was actually one of the, I think it was me and like Gundo and maybe a couple other peeps who met like at the Las Vegas one. And it was really cool. I had a really fun time with like Gundo. And then now Rotterdam, which is like the whole, like almost the whole group, like way more people. It was really awesome meeting everyone, because like I said, we've been gaming like after Rising a lot as well, but like meeting everyone face to face is always really cool, and everyone's so nice, like so nice. Everyone's like comes up to you and gives you the biggest hug ever.
With that, this team is possibly thriving than ever before. With Sina being done with her university, she is going all out with her art journey, as well as streaming plenty of D&D in her time, as she is indeed a D&D enthusiast herself. Because you play Baldur's Gate 3, you are into D&D a lot. Do you have anything else when it comes to D&D for you?
Well, it's basically my job at this point. I wake up and I have like 10 different art commissions for people's D&D characters I need to do. And then my streams are mainly around my original characters and like drawing them and working on the webtoon, which is again D&D related. And then I play a lot of D&D on my free time. So it is weirdly in the past couple months become my life.
PeteZahHutt would continue his hardcore journey, and also some cheeky little Minecraft in there as well. Essentially, variety Minecraft for him. McBurry would also become a reserve for the recent Ender Cup event, as well as doing plenty of Minecraft, Stardew Valley, and recently started her playthrough in Fields of Mystria, a Stardew Valley-like type of game. And for Linku, he has started his time in the Build SMP, as well as continuing his many SMP journeys. Going back to your achievements in the past year, how do you feel about your rise from then to now?
I feel like I'm in a very different spot than I was a year ago. Mainly for the reason that I am now graduated from university and I can do this full time. Like I said, all of that, like my original character stuff, like blowing up and me working on a webtoon now, I feel a lot more like an artist who does streaming than a streamer who does art, I guess. But it's interesting. I feel like I'm doing a lot more original stuff now, which is always a really rewarding feeling when that does well. I don't know, a year ago I did a lot more gaming, and I do want to get a little bit back into that as well. But I'm really happy where I am right now.
This team really rose to the top when it comes to their SMP and event involvements. From half of them being Block Wars regulars, to all of the team participating in an event or two after Rising. But what will come next in the future? We will have to see next time. At the time of releasing this, possibly the MCC Rising 3 participants are announced, and if any of them are watching this video right now, do you have any advices for them?
Make friends, like 100%. There's so many people and everyone's so cool and everyone's in the same kind of headspace. I so recommend, like, even while like practicing, even your like competition, you should interact with everyone. Try and make some friends and connections, because it's a fun time.
Thank you so much for watching this good old episode of Where Are They Now. Thank you so much to Sina for taking her time to be interviewed with me here on good old Where Are They Now for MCC Live Show. And yeah, expect more of this in the upcoming days. We are crunching through this, and yeah, expect more interviews in the upcoming days, obviously. So yeah, that is all from me, and yeah, I'll see you possibly tomorrow. Who knows, depending on my schedule. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.